winner. I mean, the midget mini burro team
Yeah.
roping
Well,
association.
and
I,
me and Rachel have always talked about it. It's like, if you're a midget, just head to Hollywood. I mean, gosh darn. If you
Oh,
can't
you'd
get
be
a
an
job
extra
as a
any
midget
day.
in Hollywood, I don't know. You ain't no midget. Oh, Joe Biden.
Yeah, you ain't no midget.
You ain't no midget if you can't get a job in Hollywood. Yeah, that's a good
uh,
quote. I heard him say it. So while he was rubbing
I
one of
I
his legs.
I think that's 100% accurate. If you're a
Yeah,
midget and you can't get work in Hollywood, you ain't no midget.
I think it's a leg up. I mean, you got a lot better chance than the rest of us. We're all just 5'9", whatever, and white guys. So shit,
Yeah,
there's like two
seriously.
million of us, and we rule the world. But you know,
But really, other than that, we don't have a whole lot going for us.
yeah, shit. We all look the same. That's what I heard. They're like, "Oh, them white guys look alike." And
I don't know. Matt has a cool hat.
oh,
Yeah,
thank. That's a great basin.
they're out of
Oh,
Elko,
look at
aren't
the
they?
other man.
Sets
So,
you apart.
thanks. Yeah, my Mike over at Great Basin sent it to me. So
That's
haven't heard
awesome.
from him lately, but yeah, thank you though.
You're welcome.
Mm.
So is it the
Yeah.
midgets have to rope too, or is it tall people that are roping the midgets?
Well, there's a movie I can't remember what the heck it's called, and it's all midget cowboy.
I
All
It,
midgets? Okay.
it is. It's pretty
It
cool.
was
They
it
go
was
on
something
their
about
bridal
Tiny Town,
horses.
wasn't it?
The tiny.
Yeah, they're in Tiny Town.
Terror
Yes,
of Tiny
yeah.
Town.
Look at all their midgets. They went to Hollywood and they made a movie. There's nothing. It's pretty cool though. They're riding these little mini bridal ponies, and it's pretty
Oh, that's
neat.
perfect.
That's
Yeah.
it's been a conversation on this show a couple times.
Uh, the mini bar and everything. It's like brings a whole
Yeah.
new meaning to mini bar, don't
I mean, they already have the
it?
mini bull
Mini
riding, so why
piano
not?
player. There's a mini dancer, mini bartender.
Oh,
So,
it's a bunch of cute little shits,
so
but
let's see. I have violated some PETA rules, I think,
Uh-oh.
and probably a few human rights rules. So there is a disclaimer that I don't know all the rules, but anyway, so I hope that doesn't hurt anybody's feelings too much.
I feel like we don't really go by the rules anyways.
No, not
no.
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 You know what? It's 2020. There are no rules anymore.
Oh God, ain't that the truth? But
uh,
I made a comment on some deal that they made dark band-aids for dark people and whatever, and somebody was like,
Oh
"Are
my
you kidding me?
goodness.
They've always made brown band-aids and whatever." And I said, "I like the Snoopy band-aids." And some
Right.
guy told me I wasn't a dog, and that was culture appropriation.
Oh my goodness.
But
uh,
yeah,
yeah,
like
so somebody I found this screenshot, and it was somebody was defending Joe Biden and his inability to finish a sentence or complete a sentence or a thought, and they're
Oh.
like, Joe Biden is not. He doesn't stutter because he's old. He stutters because he has a disability, and so. I posted that screenshot in the caption. I was like, paraphrasing, of course, but he doesn't speak like a tard because he's old. He speaks like a tard because he's a tard. And it did not go over very well.
oh,
Oh my gosh. That's great.
yeah.
uh,
It's all in the way you say it, isn't it? Though.
Right.
yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, that's exactly what they were saying. They were just saying it a little more delicately.
Yeah,
Yeah. Of course.
it is. It's all the way.
Oh, yeah, but I think. Oh, anyway, Todd's asking who we got on. We got Niki Cox and Matt Wilson. Niki's down in Arizona. Matt's up there holding down the fort in the laboratory in Silver Lake, Oregon. Uh,
Yes.
the the ramblings of a mad scientist and artist there in
Oh God.
Eastern Oregon.
Yeah, I bounce around the shop by myself a lot. And, then there's the mounted sheep I talked to. So he's over. I think he's there. There he is.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
wow. Look at that.
Yeah, we visit. Our 8-year-old, I don't know. She thinks he's half alive. I think. Oh, she scares me sometimes, but she usually decorates him for the holiday. So red nose, some
That's
lights on it.
awesome.
That'll probably come along soon. But yeah, yeah, yeah. God, it is weird up here. We got Portland. We got all kinds of crazy shit. So
Yeah,
I
I don't know how Portland's still standing. Maybe it's just one. I've heard from some people it's just like one part of Portland, but I was like, boy, just look at the if you watch the cable news very much, which I try to watch as little as possible. You just think I just picture that place on fire all the time.
it's just kind of a big dump. I mean,
Yeah.
they tout it like it's something kind of old. I mean, I know there's some nice houses on the hill and there's a good hospital there and whatever, and but really it's just kind of everything I've seen of it's pretty run down. Went to the Schnitzer Hall there and saw Robert Plant. That was pretty cool, but that was funny. So some black guy come up to me. This racist bullshit. I mean, this black fella struts up to me, and I'm standing there in the middle of Portland, and he goes, "Motherfucker, where'd you get my hat?" And I said, "Found it, brother." And he said,
Oh, no, he
"Yeah."
didn't.
He struts by me. It was no shit. It is. They make so much crap up. But I mean, really, there was
I know
drag
it.
queens, people laying around in sleeping bags on the right on the sidewalk there, and it's just kind of a mess. I mean, they make it out. They always tout Portland like it's something special, but it's just kind of a dirty
It's kind
city.
of a shithole, huh?
Well, everything I've seen of it, I don't like cities much, anyways. But it's
Yeah,
just
same.
it's just gotten infested more and more homeless people that can't find work and things. It's just kind of a mess up there. And I realize now it's like, damn, they wanted to burn it down. I don't know why we didn't go help
Seriously.
them. Yeah, we should have. Yeah, maybe we aren't so different after all.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, it's man and
Like, hey, there's a knocking on my door. Like those guys got some really tall boots and nice badges. Whoa. Joking. Yeah, you just never know up here anymore. It's weird. So,
Oh man, it's wild. You get well shit even in Texas that they had people from their COVID task force they went undercover and arrested a lady who was running her hair salon out of her home because they
oh,
wouldn't let her go to her building. And undercover police to arrest an illegal hair salon.
yeah, man.
And this is in Texas, which is supposed to be like the bastion of liberty. And man,
Yeah.
we have gone a long ways in 9 months.
That's what I was gonna say, in a short time, man.
Hmm.
I mean, we went from some goofball athlete that wouldn't stand up for the national anthem to this. It's like,
Yeah.
whoa, how did that happen? That escalated quickly. Woo. you know.
Yeah, it escalated real quickly.
Yeah.
And now it's like it feels like we're like past the tipping point. As like I don't know if you stop it at this point, and that's not a good thing. And I maybe I'm just being a little over dramatic, but it feels like that at some point because you look at the people that on both sides, and I think it's a pretty small minority on both sides that are really driving the overall narrative because like there's a lot of people that supported Trump, but like the people that are really dug in right now, there's not that many. Like the most of us, even the people that like really kind of like Trump, uh, I think most of them are even saying like, yeah, it kind of looks like it's over now. There's probably some shady shit that went on, but it
Mm,
looks like it's pretty well over, and it doesn't feel right, but then it's like the far end of that is like, no, fuck you, we're fighting this thing, and it doesn't matter what anybody else says. And then you got the other side, same way. Like there's a lot of people that really didn't like Trump, but they're really not into this whole like Antifa bullshit. But it's Antifa that's really driving the narrative right now, and that's not a good thing either. And whew, I don't know where we go. It's weird.
Yeah.
And then and in the meanwhile, out in the sticks, like life just goes on like normal, and you're just
It
like,
is.
what the fuck is really going on?
Right.
Yeah. I know, because it is fairly normal just out where everybody's doing their thing, but you go to town and it's just different. It's just crazy. So I'd heard Arizona
Yeah.
was pretty good down there, kind of old school and stuff, but
Really
doesn't
depends on where you go.
same deal. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. You go into town here and everybody's like masked up and they're getting on to you if you're not. And I'm like, I'm gonna go back to the desert now.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's where we're at here too. Same thing. And it's gone from people just wearing their own mask to now they're starting to give you shit if you don't wear yours. And so,
Yeah. Yeah.
what the hell do you care if I die?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I'm like, well, you have a mask on. What does it matter if I have one on or not? And they're like, well, you have to have one. And I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, well, I'll just take my money
Well,
somewhere else because
and
if
they
I
won't
have to
let
put
you
on a
just do
mask,
this.
I'm not
They
I'm
they
not
won't
gonna buy
let you
it.
just do this either. They're saying no, you have to have a facial covering. Well,
Yeah.
at this point, this is a facial covering. So,
Yeah.
but
But
no,
what does that do?
because it's not compliant.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. I'm losing you.
It's about scientific reasoning or anything. It's about
Yes, exactly.
science.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna ride it out for now. So
Yeah. I'm gonna talk about cowboy shit and tell dick jokes. That's what I'm good at.
Okay.
yeah.
That's about all I'm good at. So,
Pretty good.
but yeah, it's I think this midget team roping association. I don't think it would matter one way or the other if the midgets roped or if we roped the midgets. I think it sells either way.
I could even do a trade-off deal like a team Brandon. Or,
Yeah.
What's the height limit?
Oh, good question.
Oh, we'd have to go by like the American Dwarf Association.
we could go to
Probably a
under
real
5 foot.
association.
that's
The
tough.
ADA approval
might
height
Racehorse
limit
race.
is
We'll go to the racetrack and see how they do it. Some of them jockeys
Yeah.
might go over too. So that's where they
It could,
come to.
if we get some investors, we could get some added money to it, and boy, it might take off.
I think it's in. Go ahead.
I know someone that's got bucking ponies.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh man,
The possibilities are unlimited with this.
Right?
I think
yeah,
it's a whole. P.T. Barnum started somewhere.
yeah.
A lot of people out of work right now, and little people
Right.
too. So
Exactly.
We could have them bulldog a pig.
Oh, that would be so awesome.
that'd be tough.
Like
We
we could we'd have to get like you might have to get like an old boar so you could grab onto his tusks and
There you go.
like
Yeah.
file them down so that they're not sharp anymore. So you
Oh,
don't want them.
The
my
ears wouldn't work.
The fingers
I
ain't very long anyways, so you don't want to cut up the fingers.
I wasn't
And,
seeing teeth filed down. I was kind of chainsaw monkey thing. Oh, wild boars and midgets. Woo. We give them the spear.
Andrew, well,
That's
Andrew's
like a whole
full
new
of
show.
shit.
No,
He says
spin
4'9" is the cutoff.
4'9". Okay, there we go.
Sounds right, but it's Andrew that's saying it, and I don't believe a word that comes out of his mouth. So, I'm not gonna give him that win, but yeah, 4'9". That seems
5 foot and under, right?
I just
yeah, because
realized
my wife's 5.
the answer is simple. We go to the fair And if you're smaller and you can't ride the ride,
There we go.
come on.
Yeah. Well, that's funny. Is there never been a height requirement to get on a bucking horse, as far as I know?
Right.
Like, is there somebody like, are you sure? And please, Mister.
Rachel
All right.
Rachel just brung up this guy we used to know. His name was Benny. I can't remember his last name, but he was probably about 4 feet tall. And I'll be damned, he rode full-size horses. He had blocks on his pickup truck, pedals and everything. But I wasn't going to say shit to this guy. First off, he's low enough to grab you right where you don't want grabbed. And this guy was strong and probably would have ripped off. I mean, he would walk up to his stirrup and he'd grab his stirrup with like his left arm and jerk up there, and he'd grab his saddle horn and swing into the saddle.
Oh my goodness.
Like a little monkey. I mean, he was just like, he just swung up there. And it was funny as hell. He was a pretty good hand. And funny as hell, Brandon, though. I mean, you see them guys on them catamaran sailboats, they're leaning way out. I mean, he'd get about 100-pound calf on there, and he was standing in his left stirrup and had like a weight in this arm. And yeah, his old saddle was getting rolled a little, but that was the only thing that ever bothered him. Yeah, because he was, I couldn't believe I'd get on them horses. It was pretty neat. Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
You ever notice the shorter they are, the taller their horse is?
Well, yeah, that's kind of like pickup trucks too, I think.
Yeah. The taller they were, yeah.
Yeah. So anyhow, I ride a Shetland pony, but yeah.
I came from the high plains, so we all ride those short little cowbred horses down there. So
yeah.
I come out here to Nevada, and everybody's got those leggy desert ponies, and I'm like, I get fat enough in the winter where it's hard to pick my leg up as it is, and then you add a couple layers on and
add another 10 years onto it.
Yeah, no kidding. I can't wait.
That black son of a bitch I ride, I used to laugh at the boss. He'd lead his horse down into the ditch of the road, and I used to give him shit. And I'll tell you what, I look for any low spot and any high spot, I get an advantage.
Yeah.
But
I
know what you're saying, them leggy long horses. I always liked them little 15-hand bridle ponies that just spin around, and I felt I had more underneath me when I could jump around and get out of the way and do stuff, than a big old lumbering horse. So
yeah, I like something that's just quick, just be able to move on a dime, and and then if they decide to buck, they're a little closer to the ground, and that's fine too.
Exactly.
That gets better and better. Yeah. That's why I ride a Shetland pony, but
those guys are assholes. those Shetlands are real assholes.
Well, I can take them on, but
I could do a real Dan Hartman clinic on a Shetland pony. I'd take that quirt and give him a real over and under.
Tell him you said that.
Up if you're done and just let him out from under. Bring me another one. Boy.
Yeah. You can tell Dan the only time I could copy Dan Hartman is if I was on a Shetland pony. And I'd dart Dan Hartman the fuck out of him. Wow. Oh man.
The other thing that was always I thought of one day, I was like, everybody likes these great big old sons of bitch of horses, and I can definitely value one, but when you're using a grass rope or a rieta, how much does that big old horse really do you? I mean, go to dragging, you're just gonna break your rope. So but nowadays for dragging in a trailer and things, a big old horse like that's pretty nice, and they are good for covering a lot of country.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, that reminds me, I rode this horse on the ZX called Stretch, and he was a goofy. You had to ride him in a hack more, because if you got in his face, he'd go over backwards. And he was, God, I swear he was about 18 hands. And a friend strung him to me because he got his appendix took out. And I need something else to ride. And we were up north on the desert. And so I was riding this horse and I rode him for a half of a day. I had to pee so bad, but the ground was level. And I mean, I rode him a half day before I found enough rise to get off and take a leak so I could get back on him. And he was so narrow. My saddle cinch was hanging like 4 inches below his belly. I used to ride a rig saddle back then, and I swear I didn't even know my cinch was loose, but he was tall and narrow. And so we were going into Dominic Corrals with a bunch of steers, and I whipped up to the lead and ran up there to open the gate, and I bailed off of him. And I just remember falling, and I like, the ground should be here, and I just kept going down. What the hell happened? And then I hit the ground finally. I was like, son of a bitch. He was pretty tall. Yeah, they can be too tall, that's for sure.
Yeah. And they just in the winter they just get taller. It seems like, you know, just every layer you add, you're just like, oof.
Oof.
Yeah.
I have got another story about layers. Yeah, I learned this, that a spoonful of shit can ruin your day. It doesn't take very much. So I was trotting across the Narrows. It was a middle of winter, and it's just this big old flat stretch out there, and kind of lake bed bottom deal. And I was trotting out across it, and the wind's blowing like a son of a bitch, and it's snowing. And you know, it's blowing so hard, there's like a half an inch of snow is all that'll stick. And we had been drinking a little the night before, and God, I had this belly ache, and oh my God. And I was like, oh, you know, like you said, 2 sweaters, a coat, 2 pairs of gloves. I always had a pistol on over my chaps, and then I had these big old boots on. Well, and I had these leggings that I pulled on over, and then put my boots on. I mean, I was all bundled up, and it became apparent that I wasn't going to make it, and I needed to stop and take care of the situation. No. And there was no bushes around. There's like grass about that tall, and it's blowing. No. So, of course, and I start shirking stuff, and I think I had suspenders on, so I'm like, oh, it's a good day to wear these. And so I down, and I was never, my wife asked me, she's like, what the hell happens to your socks? And I was like, well, other guys ruin their shirt, but I don't ruin a shirt. There's no way. So I'd cut the top of my sock off. So I got down there, did my business, and I was like, son of a, it was just kind of one of them rimfire kind of boom. And I was like, whoa. I thought, surely there's more. And I sat there freezing my ass off. And finally I cut the top of my sock off and got all bundled back up. And it's like, oh my God, near frostbite. And I turned and looked, and it's just a spoonful of shit. It was all that was there. Oh my God, that's enough shit to ruin your whole day. Oh my God. So it doesn't take very much shit to ruin your day.
I had a similar situation. It didn't turn out quite as good as yours.
Oh,
but we had this place I'm working at now. We got 2 alleys full of dairy lockups, and so we breed a bunch of dairy heifers. Or I don't, but we got a crew that does it. And
if you did, couldn't be this late. You'd probably be sleeping already.
Oh yeah. Those guys do the real.
Be tired.
They do the real work.
Drink to stay up this late, probably.
We were doing a sort. We did a preg check the day before. We're sorting out all the pregs, and I had this working for me, and she was a real nice gal, just not real smart at all. Just not much up top, and. Anyway, I sent her to go set a block gate in the alley, and I was about to piss myself. So I bail through the little man gate, and I get through all the layers. It was a good cold morning, and get her roaring out there full stream, and there happened to be a bunch of Jersey heifers, and one of them kept licking the fringe on my chinks, and I'm like swatting her nose, walking forward. Next thing you know, step right in a great big old steaming pile of shit. Whoop, up we go, and I'm midstream. You know, Matt, you know how it goes. Once you get started, once you start, you can't stop. You can't stop. And so like I'm laying on my back like a fucking turtle, just pissing all down my leg. And at this point you're just like, well, there's no point in trying to get up now. I'm just better just finish it off. And
Well, enjoy the rest. Yeah, finish. I'm
uh,
glad them heifers were on the other side of the fence from you and didn't come in.
yeah,
It could have
yeah, it could have been real
God.
bad the other way around. Oof.
They could have drug you off to their lair. Oh, God. I shiver at the thought. Scary.
Oh man,
I know a guy that got blamed. This one fella
man, can
blamed
you
for
imagine
getting shot.
of Jersey heifers would be like? Boy, that'd be about the dumbest conversation alive.
I don't know. I think I've had that with them before. Yeah. I don't know what it is about going to Cowboys. Roger Peckneck used to be the worst. Oh my God. He'd like would have you trot, he'd wave and be like, hey, trot over there to him and trot down, cross and up, and he'd be like, what's up? And he'd go, look at that. And you'd be like, you disgusting son of a bitch. Yeah, he'd only fall for it. Yeah, he'd wave you all the way over to show you his leavings. And it was like, God, he was funny as hell, though. He was funny, yeah. He'd bring only cowboy poetry.
They the camera phones started coming out my like probably sophomore year of college, and I cannot tell you how many pictures of somebody's shit I had on my phone. You know, just every one of my friends. I think that's solely what we used the camera phone for, was to take a picture of your shit and send it to your buddies.
I'm just glad I came into this conversation tonight, because that never crossed my mind, but it's not going to leave it now.
Yeah, you have a friend you haven't talked to in 10 years, and they'll just go, who is this? Hi, this is Matt Wilson, just checking up on you.
One of my shits.
Merry Christmas.
My brother, yeah, I'll have to send him this. Yeah.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, I had to send it about 2 a.m. to him, wake him up.
I might have to Photoshop like a Christmas card, but like just Photoshop piles of shit somewhere in like a family Christmas photo.
That's pretty good. I had visions of a little Christmas tree, little poop Christmas tree.
Oh, Mr. Hanky the Christmas poo.
Oh God, he is pretty good.
Yeah. Hey guys, I'm still here.
Sorry, Niki.
Yeah, I felt bad about that. I didn't know how to take way. I actually did think about that. Oh God, can you let me cleanse? I've got to cleanse here for a minute. If I get this out, maybe I'll feel better, because
okay, let's hear it.
You're never supposed to like say anything to a gal about maybe her being pregnant unless she brings it up. And oh God,
yeah,
absolutely positive this gal was probably pregnant. And I mean, I went through my head and I was like, no. And I was like, I'll just say something nice to her about it. And she wasn't pregnant.
Oh no.
The whole rest of the day I just walked. I went with my wife and I'm like, kid. I was like, oh my God. And I might actually see the gal again too. It's just the really bad part. It was like, oh God, it felt so horrible.
Next time you see her, she'll be like 120 pounds and just like looking hot, and she's like, you made me do this.
And I'll just say, you're welcome.
And there you go.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm sorry,
donations accepted.
About it. You're welcome. Glad I could help. Oh God, I'm pretty good at doing shit like that occasionally, and
Well,
I
then
don't
you
do
can just start your own Instagram fitness page.
it.
Just
Yeah. Hey, why don't you do? You're welcome. Oh God, yeah, I felt
oh
pretty bad. I did for quite a little while. So yeah, I just kind of, I don't know why I had to get that out, but thank you guys for letting me get
yeah.
that out.
You're
I feel like
welcome.
I went to the priest and kind of expurged it.
Well, we are starting our own church here at Burning Daylight, mostly so we can avoid paying taxes. Uh,
There you
um,
go.
but our three, I think our three pillars are going to be humor, capitalism, and shit talking. And I think that's it.
Perfect.
Personal liberty, humor, shit talking, and capitalism. That's what we believe.
I was gonna
And
say dick joke, but that falls under humor. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
that's because dick jokes will never not be funny.
Right.
No, the one your mom told me was hilarious.
I just read that message on when I went to send you the link and I laughed all over again. So it's the gift that keeps on giving.
Oh my God, yeah, that was good. No, every once in a while
uh,
I'm laughing. I'm like, oh shit. So that has to do with
yeah,
being
it's funny. It's funny some of the people that'll like message me and like I didn't want to like your meme today because I've got a I don't want somebody to see it, but that was really funny.
there. I will admit there are some of them I don't click like on. I'm like, oh God, ooh, that's a good one, but no way.
I don't even
I
care anymore.
understand.
Yeah, I chicken out. So
Yeah,
it's like,
I don't either. It's
yeah,
oh, it's I just I like to laugh and I don't care if it, like even if it's you go ooh if it's funny, it's funny. Like
That's right.
if
blazing
it's
sound.
obvious, yeah, if it's obviously a joke, just be prepared to laugh. I mean, like there's times when like you can tell when somebody says something you're like, "Oh, they're not joking anymore." And then like, "All right,
Yeah.
let's cool off." But, if it's obviously a joke, just roll with it. It's have fun, laugh. It's meant for humor and
Oh
uh
man. It's too bad they couldn't have broadcasted Blazing Saddles into Seattle.
I know it.
Oh, I love that movie. That is hilarious.
Oh man, it would just heads exploding everywhere.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. They like you made a movie that tells a bunch of racist jokes, but you can tell obviously that the guys making all the racist jokes are assholes and the black guy is the good guy. Like it's like the perfect comedy.
I love my favorite's when he's like, "Are we awake?" He's like, "Are we?"
my, it might be one of the funniest lines in all of movie history is when he just like Gene Wilder just pushes him out. Hey, where are the white women at? It's just like that might be the funniest line ever. And yeah, you couldn't get away with it today.
Oh
No.
man, boy. So yeah, there's
Right.
just so much good stuff in there. Send the guy
Oh,
back down for dimes when they come up to the
yeah,
door.
we're gonna need a shitload of dimes.
Oh yeah. Plan number 6 where we rape and pillage.
You
They
spare the women and
there was
children?
even
Hell
Nazis at
no.
the end of it. I mean, they brought everybody in. It was like a Blues Brothers movie. But
Oh, I
yeah.
know it. It was and it was so just over the top stupid that's what made it
Oh,
funny. It's like there
I
was yeah, there
I
was
had
no
something come up on my Spotify the other day. I I got a set of them Bluetooth headphones because put the I turned the radio up real loud and then put something on while I'm grinding and I couldn't hear nothing. So I got some of them headphones and I'm like, hey, wow, I can hear music and shit. They were playing He Rode a Blazing Saddle. I was like, I was singing along with it. I went in the house and had them on and was singing along and the kids looked at me weird, but
oh
it's a good song.
Yeah, I that I did an episode just the other day. So there's this coffee company that is owned and operated by a bunch of veterans. They're about as patriotic as they come, and they got into a big stink about something or other, and then they started getting a bunch of people from like the super conservative wing trying to cancel them, and like this is, it's Black Rifle Coffee Company. It might be the most American company on the face of the earth,
Hmm.
and they're coming at the owner, and so they even went through his campaign donations, and it finds out he donated $500 to Barack Obama, and they're like, oh, cancel him, and then what you find out is he made that donation while he was deployed in Mosul, Iraq, with the CIA at the time, and he made a bet with his buddy that he could make this 100-yard pistol shot. He was like 100% confident he could make it. So confident that he said if he lost, he would donate $500 to Barack Obama for president. And he missed his shot. But he was a man of his words, so he made the donation. Who the fuck cares? But you got like a bunch of super conservatives that are like trying to, like I was like, so now he's got a multi-million-dollar coffee company that is 60% ran by veterans. So like you just want to cancel all of that. You're just gonna shut down Black Rifle Coffee because they weren't conservative enough. But now there's 400 people out of business because fuck him. Like what is the point in all that? Like what's your end goal here? And so I used for my theme music was "You Can't Roller Skate in a Buffalo Hurt"
Hmm.
because that song makes more sense than the argument they're making.
I'd have to agree. Yeah.
Yeah,
What's a lady's
just
perspective on that? We should ask a lady's perspective. I
yeah.
say,
Uh,
What is the lady's perspective on that?
you would put
I
me on the
say,
spot. Hey, you know what? At least he held up to his end of the bargain, right?
I agree, and he
Right?
should.
I
He
think
should.
that's the more important part. I don't care who
Right?
he's donating to.
Yeah.
I
He made a
agree.
bet, and
Well,
and
it,
I just thought it was
he was.
funny is that was the punishment.
Yeah. Well,
Right.
anybody that miss a pistol shot at 100 yards should pay that to Obama. I mean, hell.
Yeah, right. You call yourself a Green
I just
Beret?
say
You can't make
I,
a 100-yard pistol shot. What the fuck?
that's kind of where I'm
But
at.
They put
Give
him
up
on the spot.
I I
the
remember we had a bet one time. Like if I didn't pick up two heels, I had to make a charitable donation to PETA, and I
Oh
made
no.
damn sure I picked up two heels. But I was fully prepared to make a donation to PETA. But yeah, that was the most mechanically sound heel loop I've ever thrown in my life.
Yeah, I know it's.
Did they say how much your donation had to be?
I think it was like $5. It wasn't. It
We
wasn't
used to
anything.
we used to have kind of a deal. If you roped a cow around the neck in a Brandon, you'd have to buy some beer. A box of
Oh
beer.
yeah.
See, that'd be
I,
okay.
I got tired of people not buying beer, so sometimes I just neck a cow.
Yeah, that'd be a win-win.
Oh, hell with it. I'm
Yeah.
buying some beer.
I mean, I didn't know we were branding with Quakers.
Yeah, what the hell? God damn. So no, yeah. Sometimes you gotta take things in your own hands.
That's
Oh
right.
yeah.
So, but yeah,
Desperate times calls for desperate measures.
I
Drink another one, Matt.
what's that? Oh, yeah, the other Matt.
Oh, I forgot you're both Matt. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I hung out with two guys named Dan one time. We went on a runner and went road hunting through most of Oregon and drank beer the whole way. And it was weird. By the time I got done, we got back, I could say Dan, and they knew who I was talking to. I don't know how they did that, but yeah, I did that. But it's kind of neat. So
That's
me and
funny.
buddy Dan and my other buddy Dan. So, so it was kind of confusing sometimes. But anyhow,
I think when I was in high school, there was, and my graduating class was 19, so roughly 80 people in the high school, and there was, I think, 7 Matts at one point,
Oh my
and
goodness.
there was not a single one of them that was spelled with one T. It was all Matt with two T, and yeah, it got a little confusing at times.
if you only spell your name with one T, you're a Matt Light, like Bud
Yeah,
Light. So,
yeah,
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 I
yeah.
don't trust
Half
them.
Matt.
I don't trust them kind of Matts. So,
I don't either. Half Matt is what I call him.
yeah, yeah, not Matt enough. That's for sure.
If I was to be called a racist against anybody, it'd be Matts with one T.
Yeah, and non-Matts. I,
Yeah, and non Matt. So basically, anybody non Matt.
I'm
Women
still
folk,
still nice to.
women folk excluded. I mean,
Yeah.
But say maybe I should change my name.
they're
Oh God, a gal named Matilda.
no, just don't be a Karen. Don't be a Karen,
No,
and
no,
you're
no, we
good.
don't want that.
I'm nice to them, even though they're not named Matt. I mean, I'm still nice to them, but yeah. Hey, my battery's dying on me, so I don't know how much longer I'm going to be here. So it said 20% a little bit ago. Now it's like my old truck. Shit, I have fuel like a crazy man up above half tank, and all of a sudden it gets below half tank. I don't know where it goes. But yeah, so my phone's kind of like that too.
Yeah, I know how that goes. Yeah, it's all good. Anything? You guys been playing any shows up there?
No, nothing at all. It was looking like it was going to maybe open up a little, and we were going to get to book some. We've done a couple little private deals here and there, but nothing. And we've been talking about trying to get back to doing a little music on the internet, just throwing some stuff around, just to play a little. But yeah, it's been really slow. So
Who do you sing
Yeah,
with?
it's
my wife and I,
Oh,
yeah,
very cool. Very nice.
she
Oh,
just,
my battery's dying too.
oh no, you look like, oh, I was going to
Oh,
say,
no,
yeah,
there we go.
white. You look like a white person, but
Whoa.
yeah. Well, I mean, the little
No.
white round head, it's a little symbol that came up. And I was like, what the heck? You got to watch what you say these days.
I know.
Yeah. So I always put my foot in my mouth anyhow. But yeah, my wife and I together, she sings really beautifully and I tell jokes. So kind of like we're like the Smothers Brothers, but we're not brothers.
It's not Alabama.
Yeah.
No.
We're both like we're both named Wilson, but we're not brothers. So it's like, yeah. But
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
usually I fall off stage and things. So
Very cool. Very nice.
it's been fun. Yeah.
it's
So
it's been slow for I haven't seen many live shows going on at all, and that's rough on especially say somebody like just starting to make money on the road, and now they
oh man.
can't do anything.
Yeah.
Man, that's rough.
We've actually, I didn't realize how much money we made doing it actually. And then when we didn't, I was like, son of a gun, huh? And it's been really fun too. I mean, like I've eaten lobster on New Year's Eve lots of times and get to stay in nice hotels and meet lots of cool people. And it's pretty fun when you got a good crowd and or they're dancing and things. And I can see it is kind of weird doing the live thing because it's not like you ever. I mean, there are some people that really like to perform, but it's nice when people are having a good time and you're there with them and the energy, and it just just creates an energy and it's fun. And um, I can see why a lot of people kind of maybe stop doing the live feed thing because it's just not the interaction. It's not the what live music does. So
Yeah, yeah, and like I've watched a couple of them, and it's all right, but then they got to scroll through and see which comments they want to, they might saw a comment, at the beginning of the song they want to respond to, and it just,
yeah.
it's weird. Instead of just like you can finish, and if somebody had said it, and you could be like, oh, going back to your question, whatever.
Mm,
And it's just a whole different deal, and like it works pretty good on the podcast. You know, it's always would be better in person, but
Oh yeah, when you got a
uh,
couple. Yeah,
yeah, but you know, for my the type of people I want to talk to, they're usually out in the middle of nowhere like me. So I got in person type of deal. So this works pretty great for what I'm doing. And
yeah.
but it's a whole different deal when you're when you're used to a live a live audience.
We're supposed to do some live feed kind of podcast where we won't be in the same room though, but some gal from up in Seattle, whatever. So that ought to be pretty interesting. I'm not sure how they're going to like me, but I'm sure I'll love them.
Oh yeah.
Usually how it goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, well it's it's at least you can do that, it's still get your stuff out in front of people, so that's cool. And I guess if it's a Seattle based audience, you get a whole different type of crowd than what you're used to, I imagine.
Yeah, it ought to be interesting. I hope they don't hook me to any electrode. They can shock me. So,
Yeah, you don't that wouldn't that be weird? You're trying to record a new album and somebody just zaps you right in the brain because they didn't like your song.
that'd be
Your
kind of.
last album sucked. Ugh.
I wrote a song called Johnny Pistol Blues and that's what in the song that's what the cops do. They shoot tasers into me and drag me out the door. So some of the lyrics. But I actually we thought about filming kind of a low budget video and we went to the local deputy and says, hey, there's a part in it where I get tased and whatever. And he's like, oh, I'll do that. Yeah, that was kind of scary. I think
Yeah,
he's,
no shit.
yeah. But, well, my
Oh,
phone's going to catch out of me. I feel like I ought to say bye before I get cut off. So,
awesome. Well, Wampus Cat Sound on Instagram and Ranch Factor Television on YouTube. Go check them out.
I,
Niki Cox, I think she's behind the ears photography. I think her phone must have died. So, anyhow, that was a fun time. I
yeah,
enjoyed it.
me too, Matt. So I'll look up Nikki's photography if I haven't already, and I'll keep laughing at your phallus jokes.
my penile innuendos.
Yeah, half the crowd unfortunately didn't know what we was talking about, but that's okay. They're not named Matt, so
That's right. They're losers, losers, all of them.
well, they aren't us. So
Exactly. Well, thanks everybody for tuning in. We had a few people stay with us the whole while, and
didn't get
appreciate y'all. And Matt, appreciate you coming on again. And move your ass. We're burning daylight.
hell yes.